everyone, and welcome back to our weekly Chai Chat program. My name is Gulshan, and I'm very happy to see all of you here. And today we have a very unusual Chai Chat. Our moderator, Briana Rogers, is... Hi, Briana.
Hi.
Is going to lead a conversation about English language today. So I'm going to introduce you to everyone so that everyone knows the background. Briana Rogers is originally from Oregon in the USA, but spent at least 11 years of her life working in Southeast Asia before moving to Uzbekistan. She's now working in Uzbekistan as an ESN, English-speaking nation coach, and she will be moderating this discussion today. Thanks so much, Briana, for organizing this. And Briana will be joined by successful English learners from all around the world. And thanks everyone for joining us. That's a great honor to have you guys here with us today. And as usual, please, everyone, use this opportunity to ask your questions, to participate, and use this chat box below this video, and we'll refer questions to our speakers today at the end of the program. All right, Briana, take it away.
Great, thank you, Gulshan. So I was asked to do the Chai Chat today because it is English Language Day. So I thought of about 100 different things I could do, and what I realized is one of the biggest questions I'm always asked is, how can I improve my English? Well, the problem is I'm a native English speaker, so I do need to improve my English, definitely, but really I didn't have to learn English. So I thought, I know I always sort of give the normal response that practice makes perfect, or not perfect, but at least helps you the most. And I thought, well, what better opportunity than to get some of the most successful English learners I know together to help you with maybe tips and talk about why they learned English, how they learned English, and what sort of doors have been open to them. So I'm going to start with Marco, and then just have everyone introduce themselves very quickly, tell a little bit about where they are from. We're very lucky. We actually have a global discussion going on. So this is awesome. And everyone here is also a very good friend of mine. So I feel very lucky to be able to spend an hour with these people. And I hope you feel the same way. So go ahead, Marco.
Okay. Okay, so my name is Marco. I was born in Chile, so my native language is Spanish. And I started learning English when I was living in Mexico. I met Briana, my wife, and at the time I didn't speak English and she didn't speak Spanish. So that was my first motivation. So I really want to talk to her, communicate with her. So later on, when I moved to the United States, my motivation was get a better job and have the possibility to study and college there. So that's what I did. I started studying by myself at the beginning, and that's how the process started until now. So that's it, very short.
Good. All right, we'll just go. Santha, how about you?
Hi, everybody. Good evening from Malaysia. So my name is Santha, and I'm an English teacher from Malaysia. So yep, short and brief.
Good. Cherry?
Hello, everyone. It's very happy to meet all of you. So my name is not Cherry Us. I am a Korean ethnicity from Myanmar, but you can just call me Cherry. So I was born in Burma, but I was growing up in Nupur refugee camp, which is along in Thai-Burma border. Yes, nice to meet all of you.
Good. Khun.
Okay.
Khun?
Hello, everyone. My name is Thongkhoon Sayahong. I am from Laos. I study law at the National University of Laos. thank you so much for having me, and nice to meet you all of you.
Great. Rose, are you there? Rose? All right, let's go to Ouhoud. We'll come back to Rose. Ouhoud?
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Ouhoud Saadaoui. Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm from Tunisia.
Oh, okay, Bahtiyor, we'll wait for.
All right. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You can call.
Yes.
You can call me just Bahti. It's just very simple. Well, I'm from Uzbekistan, as Briana mentioned. I'm a teacher, and at the same time, I'm a volunteer at the American Corner Karshi, P2P volunteer, and I'm learning English since I could say 2007. So I'm still learning English. That's it.
Great. Ouhoud, could you try again? Or Rose?
Hello. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm Rose KIÉNOU. I'm coming from Burkina Faso. It's located in West Africa. I'm an English teacher working in a rural community called Nedo. So I'm very happy to be among you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rose. All right, Tarek.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be with you today. So I'm Tarek from Tunisia, and I live in the same city as Ouhoud. I'm a teacher trainer of English language with a 10-year experience as a teacher of 3 languages, Arabic, French, and English. And again, I'm so happy to be with you today.
Great. So we heard a little bit from Marco about his motivation for learning the language, for learning English. He wanted to meet a girl, and I guess it worked. So how about the rest of you? How did you learn what made you want to learn English? Anyone want to just jump in? Yeah, Cherry.
Yeah, I will jump in first. Yeah, so what make me to learn English is, at first, I remember when I was in 16 years old, so when I live in the camp, refugee camps, so there are like many, NGO donors are like visited to our camps and like to contribute their donation stuff or something like that. But at the times, what made me think is like they spoke different languages. I do speak Korean and Burmese, but I don't understand them. So kind of trying to communicate them with my body language, hi, hello, or something like that. So what language are they speaking? So I asked one of my my uncles. Okay, they are speaking in English language. So I went to learn that. So I try. What I try is like I try to like talk to the old or elder people with English to communicate with them. So like to teach me how to speak in English, and like kind of like I start with the beginner stuff. Like started from like saying hello or something like that. How are you? Blah blah blah. So what made me like the most motivated me is like I make some friends, especially my foreign friends. So I normally talk with them or chat with them. So, and also I request them, hey, I cannot speak English very well, so please guide me, teach me if my pronunciations are really bad or something like that. So I requested them in polite way. So they do really help me. They are so sweet and so kind. They help me out, and yeah, they also like guide me. Like they brought me like so many books, like kinds of English like conversation, like kinds of guiding books or something like that. So yeah, so that made me the most motivations, like, and also I also trying to learn like how to use internet, especially, but living in the camp is like we have really bad Wi-Fi, especially internet, very really poor. But I kind of trying to spend my time saving my pocket money, like spend 1 hour for 20 baht or 30 bahts, and I listen that YouTube, like how people are like studying of their learning English or something like that. Yeah. So yeah. So now I'm in Thailand and I got a scholarship. And then currently I'm studying a bachelor degree of international relations and diplomats. Yeah.
Great. Who wants to try to follow that up?
Well, I think I'm not so privileged. You know, I can be considered privileged in learning English because, like what Sherry was saying, that she had to go through so many things to learn English. But I was like really privileged since a kid. I started learning English through my family. We basically spoke English just as a normal conversation every day, even though I was put in a Chinese kindergarten, and somehow my family was like, no, you need to speak English, you need to learn the language. And they bought me books. I ended up watching English cartoons, but I never expected that the language would give me a job today as an English teacher, because I had like so many other dreams. I wanted to be something else, but ended up being an English teacher. So why I wanted to, yeah, I'm still chasing my dreams somehow, but I'm not there yet. But somehow through learning the language, I met like people who could assist me in like professionally and personally, and it brought me so far just through English. I really want to learn other languages as much as I do this English, but yeah, I think I'll still stick to English for the time being. So
Good. Who else wants to step in? Rose, Bahtiyor? Like I said, feel free.
Wow, that's I'm really learning here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I remember when I was a child, when I was in primary school, one day I look at the TV. It was during news, and I saw just a lady just standing near our president, and she was talking to the president. Other people were talking, and also she was talking to the president. And I asked my mom, what is she doing? And she told me that she was an interpreter. And I said that, yes, I want to be like this lady. And after my first contact with the language was in my first year of secondary school. I remember that day, our English teacher, we started with vocabulary. A way of pronouncing the word vocabulary made me fall in love with the language. Her name was Mrs. Tabsoba. When she arrived, she just said vocabulary. When she said this word, I said, wow. What is the meaning of vocabulary? She tried to explain it to me in French. And every time when she entered in the classroom and I try to pronounce this word and to follow very well classes, all her courses, that very helping me, that very motivated me to learn English. And after that, when I got my O level, after my baccalaureate, I went to do accountancy studies. So after my baccalaureate in accountancy, I decided to study English at university. And all my family, they were against my decision. They said to me, how can you study accountancy and we are expecting you to become an accountant, and you want to study English. And they did their best to make me change my mind, and I refuse. And after 4 years of studies, I became an English teacher, and I'm very happy of my choice. So that's how I learned English.
Wow, great story. We got some
Very nice, very
storytellers here
nice.
too. I think it comes from being a teacher. Ouhoud, welcome back. Do you want to tell us why you learned English? About your English journey?
Oh, I think she's offline.
Okay, Tarek or Bahtiyor Koon, who wants to come?
Yeah, me.
Okay.
Well, hello again once again. Tarek, you want to begin? Oh, okay. Thank you, Tarek.
It's okay. You can start. You can.
All right. Sure. Let me start. Well, you know, the learning a language is not easy thing for anyone, but the first thing that I could say that I'm really glad that I'm one of you here just because I speak English. So what motivates me that my personality is really different, and I get bored really fast. Like whatever I do, I get really very quickly. I get bored. So this is the only thing that once I start to learn English that I realized that I was like, what's happening? Why am I getting bored? I was like, okay, let me try this, and let me try this tomorrow, and this and this. That now I'm still learning English, and I'm really happy. Every day I wake up, I check my phone, and I was like, oh, English are beautiful. It's like these words. Look at this. Each word sounds me great. It's like I had every day there is something that I want to learn. Not only English, but I want to learn as much as I can. Except my English, now I'm learning French because my parents speak French. My two sisters can speak French, but I'm the only one English speaker in my family.
Wow.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow, good. How about Tarek? Now you can go, Tarek. Tarek.
Yes. As I said previously, I live in Tunisia, so I'm Tunisian, and we happen to be lucky because our educational system provides us the chance to study different languages, whether in primary schools or in high schools. So in primary schools, we studied our basic, our mother tongue, which is Arabic, and then we started French language. And I was one of the best students in the whole school in French language. And there is a reason behind that. And the reason is that I had neighbors who live in France, and they come to Tunisia only for 1 month during the summer. And we had to understand each other in one way or another. So studying French at school, at primary schools, was a good chance for me to being able to talk to my friends and to my neighbors. And then when I moved to high secondary school, it was because of this teacher, and I still remember her name, Miss Fetton. She was the one who had the influence on me to start loving this language. She threw some magic on me, and I all of a sudden forgot about French language and started focusing mainly on English language. And I loved it. I loved it so much, to the point that when I graduated from high school, I decided to study English at university. And that's what happened. It was a good journey. It was not an easy one studying English at university. It was very tempting, but it was very fruitful. Because of English language, I made connections and friends from everywhere in the world, and I discovered many new things that I did not know in the past. And one of the most important books I read, and I still read it again and again, I can say that I read it about 15 times, is this one, Things Fall Apart, for Chinua Achebe. He's a Nigerian man. I love this one. I read it many times. So English is everything for me,
Wow.
and this is why this is the reason for me to become a teacher trainer in English language right now in Tunisia.
Good.
I had
It's
to
a
read
great
that
book.
Yeah. All the smiles. That's a great book.
Did you like?
Everyone needs a good book.
Yeah.
An amazing book about learning languages and culture and everything. Great. Koen.
Cool.
Koen.
Hello.
Mike. There.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Are we still at the same question?
Yes. But I think we're still on the same basic question. Why did you learn English?
First of all, I started learning English seriously since I was in high school. I think 4 or 5 years ago. Because before I finished my high school, I wanted to get a scholarship to study abroad. So I decided to study English, and at that time, I found that there was a place to study English for free, which is American Center in Laos. They provided an English courses for free, so I went there on my first day, and then I met one girl there. That I think she was an employee there, and then we had a talk, and she asked me about like my life and what I want to do in the future, what I want to study, and then she recommended me about suggested me about learning English at that time, and he talked about her life stories to me that she studied learning English, and then she get a scholarship to study abroad, and then now she worked at the embassy. And at that time I felt like, wow, I want to study English and I want to be like her. I want to work at the embassy like her. So, and then I keep going to the embassy, and keep studying English there. And then I got some amazing things, some amazing experiences coming later when I learn English there. This is some motivation for me. Thank you.
Great. Ouhoud, can you, I think it looks like your connection's up. Do you want to tell us about why you decided to learn English? Mute. Oh, we keep losing Ouhoud. Hello? Okay. Oh, can you hear us? Ouhoud. I think I lost her. All right. So
You hear me now?
Oh, yes.
No?
Now I can hear you.
Really? You hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hear you.
okay. So, okay, that's good. English, why another language? Because simply everything was written in English around me when I was high school, okay? Songs, famous movies, English. So I should be understood from learning the language. Also, it's easy. The difficulty of the language is so fast, cool, spoon. It's easier words with and really memorize words easy. So I language so much and start learning it. And I love the dictionary. I love all books for English and some lyrics. So and also at school, high school, English, my teachers,
Ouhoud, I think we lost you again.
I'm sure to see.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, thank you, Ouhoud, for trying. Sorry. Oh, that got cut in and out. Well, hopefully we'll get a better connection next time. I think what we'll do is go on to the next sort of thing. And again, anyone on Facebook or YouTube who has questions, feel free to comment in the section below, and we'll start taking questions in about probably 10 more minutes. Is that okay? And what I wanted to do now is, since we have all these successful English speakers here, what are your tips and tricks? How do I do it? How do I become like you? How do I learn a language?
Well, let me start. It was really, really tough for me to speak in English. You know, I spent a lot of years to learn the only grammar rules. Like every day, I used to learn only the rules, grammar rules. This should be this. After this, it has to be this and this. But I was really good at that grammar since I became a student. But once I'm a student, I was like, why I cannot speak in English? Why my speaking is really bad? Like I can understand, I can write, I can translate, but I cannot talk in English. I was like, I tried everything. I tried to go to the education centers. Even I tried to get the certificate of IELTS, but I wasn't really satisfied with it. Then once I graduated the university, I start to think, what can I do to improve my speaking? I was like, okay, let me go to abroad. And one of my friends who was in the UAE at that time, he offered me to come there. And I was like, I packed everything. I was like, why not? I went there, and even when I was in the UAE, the first 3 months, I had a really, really tough time. I was like, what is he saying? You know, the Dubai is really international. There are a lot of people from all around the world, and as you say, they speak English, but there is an accent. It was like, okay, what he's saying, what she is saying, and how can I answer? I was like, once after the 3 months, I start to speak, and I'm really, really happy to be there. I'm really thankful for my friend to offer me to go to UAE. So being in the UAE, working with the international people, it really helped me to speak in English. So now I can speak, I can think, I can talk, I can communicate, and I have a lot of international friends, and I'm really, really happy for that. Thank you.
Wow, what a story. That's awesome. Yeah. I think one of the best ways to learn language is to get to travel. So anyone else want to jump in? How did you learn? What did you do? Or everyone wants that magic wand. Santha, I saw a hand go up.
Yeah, so that was interesting when Bahtiyor was saying that you can read and write, but you can't speak. You know, you needed the other set of confidence for you to, you know, be able just to speak one language. So while I was growing up, during high school or secondary school, I knew that I had to speak out my opinion of whatever, when teacher was saying and those kind of things. And I was practically a very quiet student in the classroom. And what I did was I knew that only English that could help me bring me far. And I started communicating with my English teacher. And until today, we are actually friends. I know my English teacher until today. We do hang out when we go out, when I go back to my hometown. And she did teach me, if she's watching, yeah, I'll be like, so happy today. And she did tell me, like, try to do something which you can allow you to speak. So I did two things. Number one is listening to music. So I love rock bands, and I listen many times to like the songs that I like, and just learn through the lyrics. That is one way. And I started volunteering for a lot of youth programs. So when I started going out for youth leadership program, and until today, I started volunteering at the age of 16 just to practice English. And even though I can speak today, but I won't consider myself like the amazing professional, proficient, high proficient English speaker, like a native speaker. But being able to even try at the first round during youth leadership programs have allowed me to actually today being able to be, at least be with all of you to have a conversation. If I did not take the step when I was 16 years old to, go out, join a program, I wouldn't be here today with all of you. And music is the best.
That's great. Who's your favorite rock band?
Oh, Avenged Sevenfold.
How about the Linkin Park?
Oh, I love Linkin Park. Bring it on, that generation.
Yeah.
Music is such a great way. How about anyone else? Want to jump in with how they learn?
Can I talk?
Yes, Rose, go for it.
Floor?
Have the floor.
Okay, wow. Being an English learner in a French country, it's not easy. So it was not easy for me. Even with my comrade students, sometimes when we start speaking English at the university, just 5 minutes of time, they would say, no, let's chat in French, or let's start chat in our native language.
Yeah.
And I was not very happy. And every time I ask them, as we are student in English, so let's talk in English. And as I noticed that I was just the only one that wanted to talk in English. So how can I do? I turned to books, and I've read many times things fall apart. I've also read Beautiful Favors and White Nose, many books. And also I like listening to music, like Santa said, music, Michael Jackson, Celine Dion, Ed Sheeran, and also to have the accent. So I improve my English through this. And as I cannot all the time speak in person, I joined a Toastmaster group. I don't know if you heard about it, for public speaking. So I joined an English speaking club called 2IE Toastmasters Club. So it is there really that I learned to improve my English, and through sounds also I try to get the accent and to talk with other people. And I joined also Africa Elta, and through my mentor also, Briana, I learned a lot with her. So it's like that I'm talking. To tell you the truth, until now it's not easy, because I did everything in Burkina Faso here, with my studies and how to speak English. I didn't do anything out of the country. So I'm still struggling to improve my English. So I'm very lucky to be among you. I know that now we are friends, and I will continue to improve my English.
Great, thank you, Rose. That's great.
Thank you.
Cherry or Tarek want to join in? How did you learn English?
Yes.
What were some tips or tricks?
Well, basically for me, yes, as I said previously, I learned English at school. I can say that my fluency in speaking English improved better when I met this group of Americans who came to one of the schools where I was a teacher. And since then, we kept contact with each other. And one of them, she actually passed away. She Beverly. We kept having conversations, evening conversations, for 3 whole years. And our evening conversations would be this way: 30 minutes in English in order for her to help me improve my English speaking influency, and another 30 minutes in Arabic or in French, which would help her to learn Arabic and French at the same time. So this exchange was the best opportunity for me to learn English. It was, I can even say it was better than the studying English at university or in high school. So real conversations with native speakers for me are the best, one of the best tools to improve your English level.
Yeah.
I mean, just practicing English. I don't know it has to be a native speaker, but just taking the time to practice English is so important. How about Cherry or Kuhn? Marco, how did you learn English? Cherry, hand up.
Okay. I go first, Marco. Sorry. Yeah, how did I learn my English? Is like, okay. So at the moment, I had said I have grown up in my life in refugee camps. So as you all know, that the educations that provided in refugee camps are not really pretty education systems. So I went to be like some of one of our friend had says. She went to be like in interpreter. I have that kind of self. I went to be in interpreter in order to help my people because of communication is really important for us. So that after I finished my high school program in Notebook camp, so I try to like how to say, like join with the program that's provided in other camp. It's really like we are living in like in Thailand, but it's along Thai Burma border, so that the education are free, like no need to pay any dollar, any baht. So that I joined those English programs. So actually that program is called EIP, that organized or exempted by World Education Program for all refugee camps. So I joined that program in 2011 to 2015, which is 2 years, but yeah, you have to work as an internship for 1 year. So I studied that English immersion program for a year, and of course I gain or I have to practice my English speakings in that programs like 24 hours. So lucky me. So I want to be an English speaker as well, even though I cannot speak like a native person. But yeah, I was really lucky that I had spent my time studying there and also like practice my English grammar, speaking skill, learning everything. Then after that, I back to my refugee camp again, you know, to earn a certificate in order to get like a good job in the camp. Yeah. So I have to like, even though I don't want to be a teacher, but I know that some say teaching is learning. So I know that my English is still poor, so that okay, I have to teach. And also in other way, I went to help my young brothers and sisters in the camps. They know that they are interested in learning English. So that okay, so I joined went off post-10 school in the camp, and also we have another extra course which is called ERC. Marco has known it. He has been teaching there. Yeah. So I joined that course, and then I spent my time, even though like we can say it's a volunteer teaching or teacher in the camp. So, but I was really happy teaching my community, especially for my current people. So I learned a lot from the student as well. And also I make some good friends like Margot, Briana, and my other special friend, Tom. So he's from Netherlands. So I built up my English speaking skill with them, even though my my speaking skill are a little bit like, it seems like we can say it's like broken, right? So they help me build up my speaking skill. So that's really fantastic. And then I gained a lot of like knowledge from them as well. I learned a lot of experience from them. And then they also they teach me, they correct for my sentences. So that, yeah, this is how I learn the language of English. Yeah, thanks.
Good. Yeah.
To sort of move things along, I'm going to have like Koen or Marco, rather than talk about how you learned English, unless you want to add a little bit more, but also like what doors did learning English open for you? What sort of advantages or what things have, what benefits have there been, if any, or none?
So me? So I was already living in the United States when I felt this pressure for learn English, because it's as many of you probably already experienced that, being in a country when you cannot understand and say anything, it's terrible. So that was my first motivation, to get a job and also to be able to communicate. So to me at the time, English was a tool necessary to get something, which is communication and study. So it was a long process for me, a very long process. That's something that I also learned and overcome frustrations, because sometimes you study for 6 months or 9 months and you create this self-confidence that you are okay. And then suddenly you hear someone speaking and you don't understand a word of what they say. Wow, I mean, it's 8 months of I waste my time for 8 months. But that's how it is. It's part of the process. It's part of the process.
Yeah.
Even in the United States, which I was surrounded by native speakers, is a big country and people have different accents and they speak very differently. Even I can tell you, try to give you more confidence, that even Americans sometimes don't understand each other. That's real, because they speak, they use different words, or they are from different areas. So that is also a process that you have to be patient with yourself, and learn over time. So.
Koen, your turn. I know you've had some successes and really had some doors open because of English, going to Singapore and India and Luxembourg. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, thank you. I would say one of my best benefits of learning English is educational opportunities. I got a scholarship to study in Europe for 1 semester because of English, mainly. It's a life-changing experience for me, and it opened my eyes. I got to experience many things that I never did in my country, like learning new cultures and traveling. All of this because of learning English. So I would say it's the best benefit that I am most proud of since I have learned English. Yes. You?
Okay.
You can ask questions yourself. So any other successes? Anyone else want to share what learning English has done?
For
Santha.
me,
Sorry.
Once again, Adrian. I love this live stream thing where we end up crashing against each other. So like I had so much opportunity when I was in the teachers training institute. Like I met Marco and Briana there like 6 years ago. That was like an amazing time I had in Terengganu. Rather than being a good student in the classroom, I was like literally enjoying myself outside. So somehow I went, because like in Malaysia, the English curriculum has changed a lot. We have been adopting the CFR aligned curriculum somehow. And, being a normal English teacher didn't allow me to, help my students much. And I was thinking how to go about it, because the content was very difficult to understand for Malaysian students. It was like very open, like what Briana and Marco went through here when they were in Malaysia. It was totally different. It's actually really different today, like compared to 6 years ago. So I wanted to incorporate the sustainable development goals, through the English lessons that I teach. So thankfully that my first project was successful after many attempts. Like my teammate and I just came up with this book, and it's fully in English. And it's actually an environmental education flavor. We just like we launched it. It's like it's fully in English, but it's all. I'm like, yes, I can send you the link. So yeah, this is like the first book we made fully in English, using in the English language, and making the content available for children, English teachers. You could get this ebook. I'll be sending you the link later. And my teammates and I were working like really hard, and we were like thinking which language to use. We argued a lot with this language thing from the beginning of the meeting, I remember. And we were like hitting back and forth. No, go back to English. That is among the easiest to, we were like, then we were thinking about the students. No, students need to learn English in Malaysia, even though it was given like much priority. But due to the curriculum change, I'm not sure how about it around the world, but English is so important for professional, personal, even your own personal growth. Like today, who you are, using English just to communicate with all of us is already a milestone. So, give yourself a pat on your back for being here, speaking in English.
I worked really hard.
Thank you, Briana, for this. It's like amazing.
No,
so, yeah.
Gulshan is going to join us. I think we have some questions from our Facebook fans audience.
so
Yes, we do. So we have a question for the Lip Plus, who is asking, I want to learn English more. What shall I do? Thanks for answering my question. So I know we discussed music, right? Maybe each of you can give one thing that what's your favorite thing to learn English with?
Well, let me try to answer. Well, the first thing you should realize what you want to learn exactly. It's like English is everything. It's really, the brilliant thing that there is a grammar, there is a speaking, or anything else in English. So first of all, you should realize, you should know what you want exactly, and try to practicing. Practice makes better. This is my answer. Thank you.
So what I can add is don't be shy. So speak the language, even if you will make mistakes.
Yeah.
I myself am learning through mistakes. So don't be shy. Try to talk to English speakers or anybody that can speak a little English. You will see that you will improve yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Great.
Yes. My own advice will be try to surround yourself with as much English as possible. Read English,
Exactly.
listen English, speak English. You have English only. You have to be surrounded by English and so this is the only way to improve your English ability.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Great. All right. Should we move to another question?
Sure.
Okay. So our other question is from Dilnoza Limardanova. She's asking, what is the most difficult thing to teach in English? And if you're not an English teacher, maybe you can say what was the most difficult thing for you to study when you were learning English.
Let me try as I'm teacher. Well, every day I come across with the difficulties that most of them, they don't know the native language grammar. So most of the time, if I want to teach English, they have to know their language, the grammar. So when you want to teach, you have to compare this word, this, and this is a part of speech, this is noun, this is adverb, this is adjective, and blah blah blah. This is the most difficult thing I come across every day. Thank you.
Because they don't know their own language.
Yeah, I can see it's the same problem. Grammar. It's easy to teach vocabulary, speaking, but grammar, we cannot master grammar at all. I can see, I myself, I cannot master it. It's through years, after years and years, that you will be able to master it. Sometimes it's not easy. With a passive voice, reporting speech, it's not easy.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a native speaker and I don't know grammar, so
yeah, that's a thing.
we don't worry about it. We just go ahead and speak.
Sure. This is what I'm doing. I'm not good at grammar, but I can speak.
Yeah.
What was the hardest thing to learn?
The hardest thing to learn to understand the speech when my listening wasn't really good enough. I like, as an example, the music. We all love music, but most of the time I cannot catch the words. Even now, some musics I try to listen, I enjoy, but it's really hard to catch the words. So
yeah, that's true.
The practice, the most common thing. We have to practice and again and again and again. Yeah.
All right, thank you. And our next question from our viewers, Dania Hasanova is saying, thanks a lot for such interesting discussion. My question, languages are perishable unless you practice them every day. What would be the best practice to keep the skill up in a non-English speaking environment?
Very good question.
Santha?
Yeah, this is actually quite interesting, and I had this experience before when I actually went for an event where they spoke most of the time French, and I do not know French, and I had to speak English. So what I had to do was go out there and keep speaking in English until someone hears me. I had no choice because that whole event was like couple of hours, and the first 10 minutes I went bonkers. I was like, okay, I need to survive the next 4 hours. What am I supposed to do? And that the environment is non-English speaking environment. The best thing is, like, you introduce yourself in English, and then you just say that, hey, I don't understand whatever language that is not English, and then start with simple English sentences. and somehow it flows naturally and people will start helping you. The best part is when you speak in English, sometimes there are people who would love to help you to somehow learn the language. And practicing it, I would say, going back to music, just sing songs out loud, English songs. Put on your earphone, put on the best music, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
sing it out. Nobody cares. Sing in your room, sing in the washroom,
Yes.
just love the language. So you need to love English before you even can practice the language outside, even in a non-English speaking environment. Yeah.
I want to add, well, if you want to practice, if you want to learn, if you want to speak in English, the best thing, the first most important thing, you have to create the environment. And the second of all, you have to get rid of the non-English speaking environment for some time, maybe 5 or 6 months. You just tell your friends, your family, or whoever you know them, you just tell them, I'm going to learn English, just don't be worried. I'm not going to talk with you guys unless you speak English. That's it. That's the best thing. Yes, it is.
It
And
works.
it works.
It works.
It works. Yeah.
I wanted to point something out because I heard so many interesting stories that one of the things that seemed like all of these wonderful people had in common was volunteering and working with an organization. And that brought them together to learn English and gave them a chance to practice. Maybe Cherry or Koon, I know Koon is P2P as well, the peer mentoring, and Cherry, I know you've all done volunteer work as well. Santha has done, Tarek, all of you guys have done volunteer work.
Yeah, I agree.
And Tarek has a wonderful tip for everyone about, can you tell yourself, Tarek, what you wrote in the comments?
Yes, I said try to converse with English native speakers as much as possible. And I say this from my own experience. Being exposed to language as much as possible helps you so much to develop your English language competencies and abilities. So try to have friends who are native speakers.
That's great. And
Cherry? Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. And also, yeah, I agree with all of the our speaker had said. I myself like to improve to bit of my English skill is like the first thing what I have done is like yeah, of course I'm living in a non-English speaking speakers. So that what I have done is like I talk to myself alone. I stand in front of the mirror. Sometimes I recorded my my voice and then I listen it again. And yes, and also I try to like talk to my to do my little job, but yeah, sadly he has gone already. And the second thing is that in order to build up my teachings, I mean like my English language is like I gather a small group of children. So I try to call them, and then I also try to teach them, especially like some vocabularies, and then yeah, trying to like teach them like I call them like who are interested to learn a language. So this is like what I have done in my life, yeah, especially in my Nupu community. Yes.
That's excellent.
Yeah, and
good.
If you have to also like make yourself very confident. Yeah, if you feel shy, then your language skill it's gonna improve at all. Yeah.
I agree.
You have to be very, how do you say, like a crazy person. Is that yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, Gulshan needs to, we have to stop. I'm having such a good time talking to everyone.
Oh, no. We can continue.
Yay!
Yeah, it was such a great evening with all of you guys. Briana, thank you so much for organizing it, for inviting all of your friends to share love to English language today on English Language Day. And thank you so much, everyone, Briana's friends, for joining us. It was such a great pleasure to know you and to hear your thoughts.
That's what we should call it, just Briana's friends on Chai Chat.
Yeah.
A big hug to everyone.
Yes, big hug to all of you. Thank you for being here and helping me with this.
Sure.
I love it, and it's so good to see everyone again.
Thanks everyone who was
you.
watching us, for wonderful questions, and join us next Friday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.